Well, there is a definite chill in the Northern California air, Coach, but still a wonderful afternoon for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. What do you need? You better bring. You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring. 11. 43 is the mic, boy. 43.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. That turnover battle going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 43. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot.
Touchdown, 49ers! Dante Pettis, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions, and whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20. Call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
54's Mike.
Murray now on 1st down. Going to get this to his rookie. That's Andy Isabella. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The Cardinals last year, of course, struggled 3-13, but 2 of their 3 wins came against these 49ers. In fact, the Cardinals have beaten the Niners 8 consecutive times. Last time San Fran beat Arizona was 2014. And remember, these are clubs that meet twice a year. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Left side here, caught by Clay. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Murray now. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And this is going to be 49er football. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you. 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. That'll be a gain of 16. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
First down, Cardinals.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it with Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. And let's get this. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Give me that.
Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray.
Switch.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Watch twitch.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. Here we go, G, get off the field. Big dash. Come. Shoot.
They fake the handoff, now Murray. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo on the screen. This is Coleman. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Oh, that's a familiar connection right there. Christian Kirk was in the same class as Kyler Murray at Texas A&M. They played together as freshmen before Murray transferred. Kirk, though, he stayed in College Station, had a great 3-year career before being drafted 47th overall in 2018. Was having a solid look. Looking for his tight end, Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And some room to maneuver. To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play, a pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Murray trying again after the pick 6. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
To throw again on second down. Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Garoppolo looks to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. As his guys are in for 6. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return, where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And terrific field position here as they finally get him just shy of the midfield stripe.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
13. Check three.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Andy Isabella was the intended target.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
That's just me and you. That's just me and you. 58, right over there.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 12. Check 24. White.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He wants it all for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
Here we go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Here we go. Watch the screen.
Garoppolo, final shot here before half. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And my goodness, this is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The young buck finding the veteran there. There is 14 years separating Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald. Murray turning 22 back on August 7th. And on August 31st, Larry Fitzgerald turned 36. But these two guys like each other, and it shows on the field. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Wait, Eddie! Mike, this is it right there. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And his throw's going to be incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene?
Here we go.
Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done it. Touchdown, 49ers! 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. The second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here comes Pettis on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
2nd down. Murray sets to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs.
1st down, Cardinals.
Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Johnson, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th. All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A big spot now for the rookie Murray. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was DJ Swearinger right there on the coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Murray to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Wait. Hey, gun.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
11.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll make it 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage of just over a minute to go in the game. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. Johnson. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and you can just about put this one in the win column for the 49ers. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it. I got you. Let's bring it. Lock. One, Omaha.
Garoppolo looking to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of it, and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move